Wednesday, nice hump day. Here we are once again. As you can tell, we've had a little bit of retracement in the market. Bitcoin dropped $400 over the space of just about an hour or two, maybe even less than that. We're on the 1 hour chart here on TradingView. We have some explanations and some conjecture as to what we feel may have caused the drop. So we'll take a look at that from a few different perspectives. We'll take a look at this article by Licia and news out of Bittrex, their delisting of Bitcoin Gold. We'll take another look at VeChain because there's more going on as it relates to their Thor mainnet update. Many of you guys are chatting about VeChain in the comments. We'll do a quick recap once again of what's going on with them because they're on a roll and things are going well. But we're going to begin, as always today, guys, on altcoinbuzz.io with this article by Chris addressing all of this price fluctuation and this, whatever you want to call it, flash crash, I suppose, from this morning. So Goldman Sachs halts cryptocurrency trading desk for now amid uncertainty. I think as far as news goes, I think this is the best case scenario at the time of this recording as to why the price has reacted the way it has. News out of Goldman Sachs. So this is breaking at the time of this recording. In shock news, writes Chris, Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated has decided on halting plans to build a trading operation for cryptocurrencies. What happened, David Solomon? The reason for this decision after months of preparation and progress is due to uncertain regulations. So just a quick article here, just an update, but executives from Goldman Sachs have decided that many steps that need to be taken are out of the bank's control before they would be legally able to create the platform since they are a regulated bank. Since there is a cloud of doubt over every cryptocurrency, except for Bitcoin and Ethereum, as these aren't securities, the bank has no reason to rush forward with these plans, only to be potentially shut down later with legal troubles over listing a cryptocurrency deemed a security by regulators. Simply speaking, US regulators haven't been clear enough on what is or isn't a security, and most likely until there is more clarity, many companies will sit patiently and wait on the sidelines. So as far as news goes, this is most likely what caused this most recent shockwave. Again, Bitcoin is down about $400 from about roughly $7,400 to $7,000. And that happened very quickly over the span of perhaps an hour or less. CNBC reported on this. Bitcoin falls after Goldman Sachs reportedly drops crypto trading desk. So Goldman Sachs is dropping its plan to open a trading desk for cryptocurrencies. Business Insider reported on Wednesday. The firm sees the regulatory environment as ambiguous. So that seems to be the problem. But they must have known that going in, don't you think? Brian Kelly of BKCM, a crypto hedge fund, said that the Goldman report was behind the negative sentiment in Bitcoin on Wednesday morning. You can read more about reporting here by CNBC if you so choose. We'll link to this article, of course, in the description below. Once again, just to visualize it, we're on a nice little uptrend. This, once again, is the 1 hour chart on TradingView, and as you can see, all of a sudden, holy cow, we jumped off a cliff here. So from about, let's call it roughly 7,400, we went as low as about 6,000, let's call that 950, so about 450. We're up marginally since then, a bit of a rebound effect, but let's see what happens. This is all quite new, again, at the time of this recording, and there are different reasons, different people are speculating in different ways. We have another article here with a different perspective. Bitcoin drops $400 in 90 minutes to dip below 7,000. What's behind the slide? I would tend to agree with Chris's article on Altcoin Buzz over this one. This takes on a more technical analysis approach, and I think, to be honest, I mean, this is just my opinion, but I think this event is more news-driven than it is by any kind of a technical analysis or technical price trading buildup. But Bitcoin has dropped suddenly this morning as the cryptocurrency slumped in price by nearly $400, according to data by Crypto Compare. So what's driving the slide? Well, you have volatility, a mini bull run, according to this article, liquidations, CNBC's counter trade rule. So if you want to consider a technical point of view as far as price action and as far as why this was the result of some other factors outside of the news, you can take a look at this article. This is a funny one. The somewhat tongue-in-cheek indicator, talking about the CNBC counter trade phenomenon, advises that traders should often take the positions against the predictions of CNBC, as they have consistently been proved wrong in the past. So this morning, it seems, proved to be no exception. CNBC talked about how, Bitcoin's doing well and you may want to get into the game here if you can, and then immediately the price tanks. So not to be taken too seriously. Again, a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek, but this is what's known apparently as the CNBC counter trade phenomenon. So once again, if you want to take a look at the possible explanations that personally I disagree with, but possible explanations from a technical analysis standpoint. Check out this article on cryptoglobe.com. In other news, by Alicia, Bittrex delists Bitcoin Gold. So Bittrex is one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges, and they've decided to delist Bitcoin Gold cryptocurrency. The reason behind the decision is the latter's refusal to compensate the exchange's losses following their big 51% cyber attack back in May. This is according to RTT. So Bittrex has been in the news. You can read up here on the fact that they've recently offered USD pairings, and you can get yourself up to speed on what's been happening with Bitcoin Gold and those 51% attacks. We're not going to cover it here, but regarding this latest issue, here's a quote. In light of the potential impact on the BTG Bitcoin Gold community, our board carefully considered their demand, but concluded we are not empowered to make a disbursement from the endowment of the purpose of covering a private company's losses from their own security failures. The endowment is intended for direct long-term expenses of running the project, as covered in our founding roadmap white paper, the Bitcoin Gold team noted. Quote, we offered a Bitcoin Gold loan from the endowment to help Bittrex address short-term liquidity problems, but they declined and insisted on a payment, the company notes. Besides, they reminded Bittrex that as a private company, they are, quote, ultimately responsible for their own security. The team behind the altcoin also claims that now that they have had network upgrade via hard fork, it will be impossible to carry out another attack of a similar kind. I don't know technically one way or another whether that is factually accurate, but I've heard promises like that before. Let's be honest, we've heard promises like that out of companies like Verge, and what happened? You had one after another of those, attacks and hacks. So I would say never in the space of cryptocurrency and in the space of projects like these. So this is what's happening. Do be sure to check out Licia's article for more details, but it seems like this is at the very least, a bit of a feud between Bittrex and Bitcoin Gold. Again, Bitcoin Gold has been delisted. We'll link to this article, as always, for more information. You can take a look at bitcoingold.org for their full statement regarding Bittrex, what they had to say on the issue. This goes back to September 1st. We regret to inform our community that the crypto exchange Bittrex has decided to delist BTG after we declined to pay them 12,372 Bitcoin Gold to remain listed. So let's do some quick math. Bitcoin Gold currently sits at a price of $20.56, $20.56. Let me pause just a second and bring up my handy calculator. Don't let anybody tell you that Altcoin Buzz is not an educational service. So if we have 12,372 Bitcoin Golds at a unit price of, which is down now, by the way, it was higher, but let's call it a unit price of $20.56. So Bittrex was expecting, let's say, in the range of $250,000 payment to remain listed, and Bitcoin Gold refused. So let us know what you think about that. Is that an integrity move in your books? Is this a compromised project? Are you a Bitcoin Gold fan? Maybe you're a hater. Let us know in the comments what you think about that. But one thing I know for sure is that we have a lot of VeChain fans out there in the audience, and VeChain just keeps moving. A lot of good news to discuss. So VeChain grows by double digits after Thor mainnet update. We have an article here by Zach. VeChain once again breaches the $1 billion market cap after mainnet update, showing how to handle a down market with style. And that's what impresses me the most, is that while other projects are retracing and not doing so well, VeChain did have some negative price action. I mean, no question about that, but they've really been able to, I think since their lows recently earlier in August, I think they've tripled their market cap. And that's due in no small part to a lot of positive action, a lot of positive partnerships that have been announced. So the crypto sphere has become increasingly volatile over the last few months, especially with the altcoin sphere. Most altcoins have continued their sad descent into the flaky abyss, but one coin has recently proven that it can weather the storm and come out fighting. Yes, definitely. So of course, guys, with Bitcoin falling $400, everything is down in the market, and that includes VeChain. So this was written before the flash crash that we experienced on Wednesday morning. However, there has been a lot of good news coming out of VeChain recently, and over the past couple of weeks, I'd say, maybe even over the course of the last month, there's been a lot of positive price action. And maybe you're a fan of VeChain, maybe you're not. But if you want to read up on what it is that they've been doing, they've of course announced their VeChain Thor mainnet. So here's the tweet: VeChain Thor mainnet version 1.0.2 has been released. Key updates include new features, bug fixes, and performance improvements. For more details, you can visit github.com/VeChain. If you're unfamiliar with VeChain, they're a major player over in China, they're all about smart contracts. Zach lays that out for us here. VeChain is a smart contract platform that derives its usage primarily from tracking of inventory. Its goal is to become a great tool for businesses across the globe. It has serious partnerships, including BMW startups. This has caused it to catapult its way to the upper echelons of the cryptocurrency space in a very short time. Its ICO began over a year ago now, August of 2017. You can read more about the VeChain Thor, the mainnet launch, and you can also read about the GitHub article here, which discusses all the new features in greater detail. Zach lists some of them for us here. A lot of people in the comments talk about VeChain as being the next Amazon and being the next great company that's really now just getting started. So I don't know if you share that enthusiasm. Do be sure to sound off in the comments below. Let us know what you think. Check out Zach's article for more information on VeChain. I'm a fan myself personally, to be totally transparent, and would be curious to know your thoughts about this, as always, in the comments below. We're going to link to this, the GitHub article that was referenced in Zach's write-up. So if you're interested in some of the more